What is up, Van Base? We are back at it again. Today we are going to be talking about parts. Big thing. A lot of divide in the community about parts. I've got three sets of parts here. I've got Demil. I've got full Daisy. And then I've got Daisy with an Araya parts kit. I don't have any Glendale hardware with me. I've spun with Glendale hardware. Personally, it's not my thing. I can understand to some extent why people like it.
It's lighter than Daisy, yeah?
A little bit, yes. But it's just a bit... I feel like the parts are a bit thicker and they fill out the stock more.
Chrome Glendale's bigger.
Rifle setups, I feel like, I'd rather have a well-balanced rifle that's heavier than like a light rifle that's not balanced.
Yeah, I don't find much appeal, in my opinion, from Glendale.
Or Drill America.
Drill America as well. It's just not my thing. I can understand why it's more of like a budget option, but I think if you are looking to spend that money on a rifle that you want to carry with you,
save up another $50, good.
Yeah, save up the extra $50 to $100, however much it is, I can't remember. To buy Daisy, because while yes, it might be more expensive, I think overall it is significantly more worth it to buy parts that you're going to be able to use almost forever. First things first, I'm going to start off on the Demil. It's your bread and butter. This has been used, for quite a long time. It's been used in the graduated scene, the high school scene. Great for weight training. It's old reliable. If you're competing with a Demil, then it's the bread and butter. If you know how to set up a good Demil, then I guarantee you can set up a Daisy. But setting up a good Demil requires an incredible amount of sanding, an incredible amount of knowledge, which I personally don't have. I've only been able to set up one Demil that I liked comfortably, and then I snapped the barrel. I literally got off work and I immediately started doing this. So can we please get this fucking done? Yeah, but Demil, it's not meant to be spun with, and so you are going to end up breaking them. It's a sad truth of life. But if you're going for weight training, you're trying to, callus up your hands, get yourself nice and strong, and, just prove to everybody else that, I'm so cool, I'm using a Demil, then, that's all you. Me personally, I think bladed Demil, no bolt, phenomenal choice. Even still, I prefer Daisy. I prefer Daisy with a shaved bolt, sometimes a shaved trigger guard, because there's less to hurt your hands on. There's so much right here that you can cut yourself on really bad. And I've done it. I've spun. I've competed, boltless Demil, bladed, at least once. Yeah, once. At River City, wasn't a good performance. You don't gotta look it up.
I'm putting the link on the screen.
Okay, so long story short, I dropped and I was a month into spinning. Not even a month into spinning at the time. So. But Demil, if you're looking for, a robust, heavy rifle and you don't want to spin with a bolt, this is where it lies. If you're talking bladed, and even if you're talking stub, like in high school, if you want that, heavy rifle, you want that robust feeling, you want to feel that power in every stop. I think that Demil is the way to go, but even still, in my opinion, this opinion is shared by some people as well. If you can do it with a Demil, you can do it better with a Daisy. Because while yes, there's less to hurt yourself on, there's not all those sharp edges right here. It is a lighter rifle. With a Demil, your options are limited. You have to accept that once you start spinning with a Demil. Your ability to flow is going to be hampered. Your ability to do like weird grabs, like let's say on the receiver, or like on the trigger guard, or just like overhand grabs, they're going to be diminished. And your rifle is objectively going to sound worse with a Demil. But with the Daisy, you have more room to play around, you have room to experiment, you have that time to like play with your setups, figure stuff out, that I don't feel that I personally have with a Demil. And I have spent more time on Daisy. I have, figured out more of the tips, like tricks of the trade with Daisy. But even still, when I look at somebody like Deshaun James can set up a phenomenal Demil.
Gosh, man.
Why would I choose to spin with that over a Daisy when I can have a lighter rifle, one that I'm less likely to hurt my hands on, I'm more likely to be inclined to like pick it up and not be like, oh man, I'm so excited to rep out the same trick, for 2 hours today.
I'm ready to do a triple aerial 55 times.
Yeah, and for training, I think Demils are a great choice. I personally trained for Nats with the Demil for quite a lot of the time, just to build up my strength, build up my calluses, make sure that my wrists were in good shape. And I think that Demils are great for training. But why limit yourself? Daisy is where it's at. And for you, if Demil's your thing, awesome. It's not for me, it's not for everybody. And that's what makes drill so nice. It's not for everybody. Not everybody's gonna like drill. Not everybody's gonna like the same thing as you. Doesn't mean you have to hate them for it. Doesn't mean you have to necessarily like disagree to the point of argument with them. And with that, I come to the Daisy hardware. It's the bread and butter. It's what I'm comfortable with. And sometimes people shave down the bolts. Sometimes they shave down the trigger guard. And with that, we get to finally, you've all awaited. Drum roll, please. Stop, that's lame. Dork. So, Grimace over here is in the Naraya parts kit. If I'm going to be spinning stub, chances are it's with this. If I'm going for stub, I want it to be, I like it to be a little bit top heavy because I like spinning bladed. It's kind of my thing. But it's got an aluminum rod. It's got the aluminum trigger plate. This one is I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
Powder coated.
The upgrade kit?
Yeah, but this is the Naraya upgrade kit. But this is great because it makes a lot of noise. Even when it's really cinched down, this bolt being able to wiggle around makes a lot of noise. And I like to take the spring out. That's another way to get noise. Naraya talks about that if you've ever seen him in person and talked about the upgrade kits or just seen people set them up. They take the screw out or they shave it down like I talked about in a previous video with daisy bolts, daisy shaped bolts. But that allows a little bit of rattle. The trigger guard being shaved, it makes it so that I can grab this rifle basically anywhere. I feel like, whether I'm spinning bladed, spinning stub, I can mess around. I can mess up my catches. I can catch the rifle like this, and while yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's not going to be me grabbing a Demil and, oh no, suddenly my hand is open. But with the Naraya parts kit, as I said, you're losing a lot of that, potentially endangering your hands. And I think that this is really good for learning. You're learning a new move. You're learning a new BTB, a new variant of armbar, new Ike. new tricks. This is the ant's pants. This is the bee's knees. There's so. I mean, you can still hurt yourself. You can still jam your fingers. You can still mess up. It comes with the territory.
But you can do that with like a practice rod. Like it doesn't
But
matter.
you can do that with anything. It just, in my opinion, they're nice. They're good, beginner friendly. They're fun. They're light. You get that ability to mess around a little bit more. But at the same time, you have to also understand that if you're consistently training with them, you are going to be more accustomed to a lighter rifle. And I found that lighter rifles often tend to hurt my wrist more as I spin with them more frequently. That's why I spin with my heavier rifles. But again, it's down to what you like. It's always the case with drill, is finding what you like and sticking with it. And with that, I bring this video to an end. I will see y'all in the next installment. And the final installment, please.
It's 4:53 a.m.
What? It's 4:53 a.m.
Maybe.
By the way, Wesley, you have to wake me up, otherwise I will not get up.
That's fine.
That's not a joke.